Man, what is happening, my YouTube family? Of course, it is your boy B New. I'm coming at you on this Monday. And first and foremost, as always, want to send out positive vibrations and blessings to anybody who could be listening. Now, with all that being said, we all know that the Los Angeles Lakers were in action on the fourth game of their road trip on yesterday, taking on none other than the Brooklyn Nets. And the Lakers, of course, they had a 5-game winning streak going into their game against Indiana. I believe that was on Friday night. And forgive me, I missed that game as it was traveling time for me and I was unable to see that game. And I was very disappointed in the Lakers, this final score, of course. So I still had not got a chance to go back and view that game. So I'm going to steer clear of that. The only thing that I will say regarding that game is the Lakers squandered an opportunity because, as you can see, the Lakers were very, very close to moving up to that 7th spot. And if you take a look at the NBA standings, and I'm going to talk about yesterday's games too, and LeBron James' phenomenal performance. But if you take a look at the standings, the Suns 43-31, Lakers 42-33. The Lakers should have won that game, and they should be 43-32 right now. And then, of course, they would be only one game behind the Suns and the Kings. But of course, the Kings took a devastating blow with the loss of Malik Monk. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. But going back to the performance of LeBron James on yesterday as they took on the Brooklyn Nets at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, you could see that LeBron James, of course, dropped 40 points on yesterday and, of course, did it so efficiently. How many times have you seen somebody drop 40 points on 13 out of 17 shooting? 13 out of 17 shooting. Dropped 40 points, but only went to the free throw line 6 times. I'm trying to think somebody else who dropped 40 the other day, and it took him 40 shots to get to it. I can't remember. It was DeJounte Murray. I cannot remember, but it was very inefficient. Unlike LeBron James at age 39, still continuing to do what he does. Yesterday, 13 out of 17. That's 77% from the field, 9 out of 10 from 3. Didn't quite get to Kobe's record, the great Kobe Bryant, who once hit 12 three-pointers in a game for the Los Angeles Lakers. But one thing he did do was shoot the highest three-point percentage of all time by a Los Angeles Laker with the minimum of 10 attempts. So if you count it up, 9 out of 10, baby, that's 90% from the three-point line at that age. And like my guy been saying, what's his name? Peak Town, shout out to him. We done with the 90s because, I'm sorry, y'all GOAT wasn't doing this right here. He wasn't playing at a peak level at this age, being able to compete night in and night out, putting the team on his back as the Brooklyn Nets began to make a push in the fourth quarter. It was LeBron James who scored 16 out of those 40 points in the fourth quarter to put the Brooklyn Nets away. And if you take a look at his final numbers, 40 points, 7 rebounds and 5 assists. Could have been a lot more assists, but you had players that were not stepping up and making some of those open shots. And LeBron, of course, 4 turnovers, not bad. 2 of those turnovers you might could have put on Gabe Vincent or either Dinwiddie on kind of errant passes that ended up out of bounds. Just a little bit of miscommunication, but nonetheless, a phenomenal game by LeBron James. You take a look at the efficiency of Anthony Davis on yesterday as well. 9 out of 12, 75% for Anthony Davis. So you got LeBron James, 76%, Anthony Davis, 75%, Rui Hachimura, 66% on yesterday. You talking about how many Lakers in double digits in points again? D'Angelo Russell with 18, Austin Reeves with 12, Anthony Davis with 24, LeBron James with 40, and Rui Hachimura with 20. Spencer Dinwiddie didn't really ring up any shots on yesterday in the 21 minutes he played. Taurean Prince looked like he had some bruised ribs or maybe a chest contusion as he got banged up a little bit. Hopefully it'll be good news for him because Taurean Prince has been playing good basketball as of late. Gabe Vincent was back on yesterday. We know he was on a minutes restriction, but Gabe Vincent ended up with only 2 points. Played 14 minutes, so got to get his legs back under him, but he played decent on the defensive end, and that's all we can ask for. No appearances from, of course, Cam Reddish and Max Christian to the very end. I think they may have found themselves at a rotation, especially when you get a Vando coming back, because if Vanderbilt comes back, I'm telling y'all right now, the Lakers going to make a move, baby. The Lakers are going to make a move. And you take a look at the Suns' schedule. The Suns beat the Nuggets the other day, which was crazy because if you look at the standings, that the Suns would have took that L and the Lakers would have handled business against Indiana, then the Lakers would be at that 8 seed right now. But let's take a quick look at the standings again. If you look at the standings, we can see that the Lakers 42-33, the Warriors lingering behind them, but still only one game in the loss column, but 2 in the win column. So the Lakers just need to take care of business. They're going to be back at home pretty soon, but then they'll be back on the road to end the season. But if you take a look at it right now, I still think the Suns can take a couple of losses too, because I think their record is still pretty tough. Like I said, they did beat the Nuggets 104-97 the other day. Then they turned around and they got demolished by the Thunder 128-103. And now today, if I'm not mistaken, yes, today they will be taking on the Pelicans. And if you look at the Pelicans, if you take a look at the standings again, those Pelicans are 45-29. And if you look, lo and behold, the Mavericks have moved into the 5th spot at 45-29 because they had a tiebreaker with the Pelicans. So the Mavs, man, unexpected turn of events are moving up in the standings. The Pelicans, we're going to take a look at their schedule in just a minute, 45-29. I didn't think that the Lakers could catch the number 6 Pelicans, but now I'm starting to wonder. I was saying before, catch the number 6 Suns, and the Suns are falling off, and it's just been some shaking up in these standings. It's just crazy. Really pretty much 6 through 10 kind of still up for grabs. But back to what I was saying about the Suns schedule, Pelicans today. If you're a Lakers fan, do you really want the Pelicans to win, or do you want the Suns to win? In this case, I would say let the Suns take a fall, because if you take a look at the standings, if the Suns, they're going to actually play the Pelicans twice in the coming week. So either way, it's going to be good for the Lakers, because both of those teams taking L's is only helping the Lakers as they seek to move up. Because if you see right now, the Kings 43-31 as well. So, if the Pelicans take a loss tonight, that'll be 30. But if the Suns lose, that'll be 32 losses for them. So then the Suns had the Cavaliers, not so easy. Timberwolves, not so easy. Then they have the Pelicans again coming to them on Sunday, even though they're at the Pelicans tonight. So that could be another potential loss that would tie them at the same amount of losses as the Lakers. Then the Clippers are at the Suns. And then the Suns are at the Clippers. So that's another 2 tough games. And then you're talking about the Suns have to go to the Kings. Might be a little bit better for them because, of course, Malik Monk is out. But then they finish at the Timberwolves. So you can honestly say the Suns could lose 3 or 4 more games, and that'll put the Lakers right where they need to be, because I'd rather see the Lakers in the 7th or 8th spot, only having to play 1 game versus playing 2 games in the in-season tournament. But then if you look at the Mavericks, who moved up all of a sudden to 5th, if you take a look at their schedule, they got the Warriors twice. And I think the Warriors, since they're fighting so much for their playoff life with the Houston Rockets nipping at their heels, that the Warriors will, I won't say they'll win both of them, but maybe they can win a couple of those games. And if they do, then you're talking about the Mavericks would have 31 losses. If the Warriors could pull that out, then the Mavericks could have 31 losses if they take 2 L's to them. And they got the Rockets at the Mavericks, and the Rockets are fighting for their trying to get that 10th spot as well. So you never know how they match up with them, but that could be 2 losses at least. But then they're at the Heat. I think they should win that game. Pistons, of course, they win that game. But at the Thunder, depending on what the Thunder are playing for. So if you look at the Mavericks schedule, I could probably only get them 3 L's at the most. So with that said, maybe 2. But if we say 3 L's for the Mavericks, then you're talking about them having, 32 losses, and the Lakers already have 33. So that won't do the Lakers any good. So I think the Mavericks are going to hold on to either the 5th or the 6th seed. So then you take a look at the Pelicans. If the Pelicans beat the Suns tonight, like I said, that would help the Lakers. But if they so happen to lose, let's say the Pelicans so happen to lose, then that will be actually 30 losses for them. And then, of course, the Pelicans have have them again next week. That could be 31 losses. If it goes like that, they may split. But then you got Magic at the Pelicans. The Magic are playing well. They fighting for seeding as well. Spurs and Pelicans, not so much a good matchup. Pelicans had the Trailblazers. They only had the Kings. But the Kings, Warriors, and Lakers to finish off. Who knows? If you take a look at the Pelicans schedule right now, I just said the Pelicans have 29 losses. If I say they took at least 1 L to the Suns, that would be 30. If they took an L to the Warriors, that would be 31. And then if they took an L to the Lakers, that would be 32. That would still keep them in front of the Lakers. So that probably would hold them tight in the 7th seed or the 6th seed, depending, or maybe that's what the 5th and 6th will fall into. And maybe the Lakers could still get 7th over the Suns, because we looked at what the Suns Suns' schedule was, because if you take a look at the Kings now, and the Kings now with being without Malik Monk, Malik Monk, although he isn't a starter, he may as well be because he plays starter-like minutes, and he gives them all the boost they need off of the bench, and really is what was the Lakers' pain in their side, thorn in their side anyway when they played them. We know they had De'Aaron Fox. We know they had Sabonis. We know they have Barnes. We know they still have, a lot of sharpshooters on their team, Keegan Murray and whatnot. But at the end of the day, without Malik Monk, they got the Clippers. Then they at the Knicks. Then they at the Celtics. That could be 3 L's right there. I'll say at least 2. Then they got the Pelicans. That could be 3. At the Thunder, that could be 4. Suns, that could be 5. I'm thinking that the Kings, unfortunately, are about to take about 3 or 4 L's, and they're going to end up with 34 losses or either 35 losses, and then the Lakers will move up. And then the Suns, I think the Lakers actually could finish at the 7th seed. So my predictions is Lakers at the 7th, Suns at the 8th. I'll probably say Mavericks hold on to 5th, Pelicans hold on to 6th, Lakers move up to 7th, Suns keep the 8th, Warriors get the 9th, and the Kings take the 10th. Or either Kings and Warriors switch position in 9 and 10. But that would be my prediction. But we'll keep a close look out on it. I know today we have some games coming up in the NBA. And, of course, one team that I didn't look at that maybe I should have, or that might make sense since we are talking about the Los Angeles Lakers, is I guess we could talk about what the Lakers' schedule is, even though their schedule seems to be pretty easy. We hate that they did take that loss to Indiana. They handled them easily last time, and, of course, in the in-season tournament. So I was hoping they would have took care of business, but that wasn't the case. Lakers at Raptors, that should be a victory. Lakers at Wizards, that should be a victory. Cavaliers come back onto the Lakers, and you know what? I feel like the Lakers could take that game. That could be a potential L, but LeBron loves to play good against the Cavaliers, even though they will be at home. And I hate this is a Saturday afternoon game. For whatever reason, the Lakers don't seem to play in the afternoon. I'm going to get a Lakers L on that. Timberwolves at Lakers. I like how the Lakers match up against them. Lakers at Warriors at Lakers. That's going to be important for the Lakers. I think they'll take that. And then Lakers at Grizzlies. Should be an easy victory for the Lakers. Then the last game of the season, depending on if everybody's already solidified in their standings, will be Lakers at Pelicans. That could be a matchup to see who will be that 7th seed. Who knows? Not much basketball left to play, but we shall continue to talk about it. If you haven't done so already, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe. And as always, this is your boy B New. I'm saying right on to the real, and much love to the haters. I'm out.